Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 133, Wedding Hell's Bells. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and irascible Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight is Izzy. Izzy, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everybody. I will be playing Marezi Mugraw, half-orc barbarian, currently not here, soon will be remedied.
Indeed. And also with us tonight is James. James, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everybody. I am Penton Chalice, and I am playing the Blushing Bride. Wait, let me try that again. My name is James. I'm not Penton. I have my own identity. And I'm playing the Blushing Bride, Penton Chalice, the spell scale.
Yes, you are. Either the Blushing Bride or the Russian Bride. Either way. And also with us tonight, not a Blushing Bride, is Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I'm playing Athora Greyfield, a tiefling fighter.
Absolutely. And also with us tonight is Dare. Dare, tell us who you will be playing.
Hello, everybody. I am Dare, and I am playing your favorite larger-than-life paladin, Tix Birchmanson.
Yes, and last but certainly not least, who I surprised last time by doing first, is Lee. Lee, tell us who you will be playing.
G'day, everybody. My name is Lee, and I will be playing trying his hardest not to giggle at what has just transpired, Distant Bells.
Yes, and speaking of what transpired, when we last left our characters, Marezi was not with them because she had gotten a little bit dead by an attempt to send a teleportation spell with a necromancer, which has unfortunate side effects. So the rest of the characters had delved down into the depths of the oldest tomb in Kalimvor and had found a perilous bridge with skin monsters on it that attacked them. They managed to defeat them not before Penton lost his forearm for a while, but fortunately a extremely helpful Tix was able to restore that. A message in a bottle was found by the mysterious cat that Athora has, Catra. And making your way to the front, eagle-eared listeners will understand this to be a recreation of the epic battle that Cackle and Taka had with King Midge, a goblin who had gotten a hold of the original half of the Staff of Seraphim, the other half that the players have been looking for. So look back in the older episodes for that full story. However, they found a bone recreation of King Midge, a bone recreation of his quote-unquote bride, the Thane Bernard, and as soon as Penton walked in first, his clothing was replaced with a wedding dress. Aww. And the bone creature, the statue-like creature of King Midge had turned, its eyes glowing a baleful blue, and said, "My bride." And I need everyone to roll for initiative. Setting the stage, everyone, this is a large room, the kind that a king would have a reception hall in, the kind where you would sometimes have like huge tables set for like grand banquets, and then you'd move the tables to the side for putting on plays and great ceremonies and things like that. So it's a big open room. There's a dais in the middle where you would normally have like perhaps a throne, but on it instead is this huge fat goblin skeleton statue thing that is now animating. On each point of the dais are 4 pedestals, the kind that you would typically have for a wedding reception, where you would put wedding gifts. And I want to know, Marezi, what did you roll? A natural 20 for Marezi. And also, what did Athora roll?
21.
21 for Athora. And for Penton?
7.
7 for the Blushing Bride. You tripped over your skirts. It happens. And for Distant Bells?
22.
22. Wow, those are some crazy rolls today. And, of course, Tix, what did you get?
I actually got an 18.
That is really, really high for
It
Tix,
is.
because it's not your highest stat. As everybody's got to have one.
He's actually paying attention for once.
Yeah.
All right. So that will actually bring it to you first, Distant Bells. The dais that this animating skeleton is on is about 50 feet away. So this is a big room, and this is the center of the room. So the room is roughly 100 feet across, and it is turned and focused on Penton.
Well, given that Penton just walked in and suddenly is now dressed as a bride, entering this room seems like a bad idea. Are we all going to end up in wedding dresses?
You don't know.
Bridesmaid outfit.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Okay. Has he seen me? Because I haven't entered the room, so as far as I know, all he knows is Penton. But
As far as you can tell, it has just locked on to Penton. So you have a very instinct knowledge of things noticing other things, being a thief and a rogue. You don't think that it has noticed you.
the magic being what it is, it might still be able to know. You know what? I'm going to give it a try anyway. I'm going to... Okay. I'm going to take out of my pack and hang on my belt a grappling hook, my silk rope, couple of pouches, and I'm going to cut off like a corner of the block of soap that I rebought from back in the Ice Village. And then I'm going to take off my pack and I'm going to hold it against the wall and whisper, "Entro." And then I'm going to try and sneak into the room. I want to keep my pack outside this room for obvious reasons.
Oh, a very good point. As his everything that he was wearing has vanished.
Exactly.
He still does have his staff.
Yeah. I just kind of want to minimize the possibility that I might lose everything while keeping some stuff. Well, yeah, you didn't have anything, so it's fine. And yeah, I will try and sneak in as best I can, looking for places to hide.
Okay.
Is it like a church sort of? Like there's pews everywhere, or like a table?
Well,
or...
in this, there are tables, but they are all pushed to the sides of the walls.
Okay.
So there are places to hide. There aren't great places to hide, but there are places to hide.
Yeah. Well, I can get low because I am generally short anyway. I'm like just over 5 anyway, so I can get low and maybe possibly scooch away underneath those tables. I can't run under them, but I can like crouch walk. So I'll give that a shot if I can.
Okay. And what is your goal?
To get closer without being seen, essentially.
Okay.
Preferably behind, maybe? I mean, he's 50 feet away, so it's not going to happen this round, but eventually. I would like to get behind him.
You absolutely will eventually be able to make your way around it, but like you said, not in this round. And of course, it's going to take even longer because you're, because math.
It's going to take at least 3 rounds. So that is a 19 on the die plus my... Wow, okay. 32 to hide, and I'll do a move silently just in case. Wow, that's even 6. That's a 16 on that one. Cool. Another 32.
So the people who are just inside, and by the way, when you do cross over the threshold, there is no flash of magic. You are not put into a dress. Nothing happens that you can tell.
Lucky me.
Cool.
And yeah, lucky you, Penton. I was waiting for whoever said they went across first. And I always appreciate that in the players, by the way. I don't punish people for boldness. I just let interesting things happen.
Lucky for us, it was the one who had nothing on him in the first place.
This is true. So, you successfully are sneaking around, and the people who are on the outside, Athora and Tix, you see him put his pack against the wall, and it just sticks there. And he then makes his way in, doing his sneaky sneak. And that will bring it to Athora.
I'm gonna walk in. Let's go.
Okay. So you cannot close the distance this time. You have a movement speed of 20, correct?
30.
30. Okay. So you could, use your entire actions to close into combat range, or you can do some sort of ranged attack or something else.
I'll just prepare for an attack if something gets close.
Okay. So just kind of taking a defensive.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. So you begin closing the distance. You've got your sword out, but you're defensive and at the ready as you close the distance. And as you do, there is a sound. Voop. Voop. Voop, 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 voop. And suddenly, above the King Midge, appears Morezi, a very, very undead Morezi. Morezi looking very, with like, you could see like bones sticking out of the arms, and like the skin is sloughing off one side of the face as you come through this portal. And Morezi, you see below you a horrifying bone monster in the shape of a fat goblin, and its eyes are glowing a baleful blue. What would you like to do?
Ah! Ow! My everything! So...
just so you know, this is it is real in that you are considered undead. However, this is, for the purposes of combat, is cosmetic.
Got it.
It is not restricting you in any way.
Okay, did you say that the portal was like... Where was the portal again in relation to the zombie man?
It is above. You are falling.
Okay, and I'm like directly above this guy?
Yep.
Well...
Morezi gonna do the flat.
Yeah, I mean, Morezi was obviously holding her halberd in her hand when she got teleported, because that's how Morezi do. That is in character for her, I think. I'm gonna say that she is going to hold it such that the little pointy bit is pointed directly down and do her best to assault this guy. I believe that would be like using his flat-footed armor class, which I think is like AC minus dex or something. Yes, AC minus dex, because like I'm coming from above him as opposed to coming at him. But your call.
We will see.
Should I roll to attack for this sort of situation?
Yeah.
All right. Oh well, I don't think it's going to matter very much because, my base attack bonus is 14, so 22.
That will hit.
All right, wonderful.
As she is coming through, and you just see this halberd come out of the air, and it suddenly angles downwards and crashes down. Thora, your pack kind of makes like a little like whoop 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 whoop, and you hear like a muffled voice, and it's the voice of the necromancer saying, "I think I was able to send her through. Let me know. I think I was able to send her through."
Yep.
See, that was
All good.
9 points of damage. Sorry.
9 points of damage? Okay. As you crack right down into the skull, and you see like little spider cracks appear on the skull. And you have felt this many times before, where there's something resisting you. One might, I don't know, call it a damage resistance, but you feel that armband of yours once, and it just cracks down, and you do your full damage of 9 to King Midge.
Haha!
And the head like swivels upwards, and suddenly it's looking straight up at you. Of course, you have more than one attack.
I do! Let's see. This one is simply only a 25. Wait, no, that's not right. That's not how math works. No, sorry, it's a 15. I'm really bad at math, y'all.
Okay, 15 will not hit.
Ah, good to know.
And you did not declare you're raging, so those are your attacks for this round, right?
Yes.
Okay. You can choose where you'd like to land. The party is coming through a door. This is a big open area. You're at the central dais, and there are 4 pedestals around it.
Would I immediately see Penton?
You do see Penton, yes.
And I thought I looked weird. I'd like to land near him.
Okay. So you interpose yourself between Penton and this creature, which is not a bad idea because it is absolutely coming for him. And that will bring it to Tix.
All right, so Tix will, in front of Penton, and as he walks by Penton, he will touch him and cast Sanctuary on Penton and say,
Okay.
"Don't run off and elope yet." And then he will pull out his crossbow and one of his magic bolts and say fire and shoot a firebolt at Bone Goblin.
Wow. Is that the first time you've ever cast Firebolt?
Well, it's a bolt for the magic bolts for the crossbow.
Oh,
Not the
sorry. Yes,
spell.
of course, yes.
Not the spell firebolt.
Okay, I was going to say, I didn't think you had Firebolt as a spell, but
It
no,
is
you
a
pull out
bolt
your...
of
Especially since it's a 5e spell.
yes.
Yeah. So it is
yes.
a magic bolt and do elemental fire damage. So that is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Modified 19. And so that is 11 points of damage with 2 points of fire damage.
Yes, the creature is now on fire.
Yay!
And will need to act to put itself out. As y'all see, you unsling your crossbow, and with a mental command, as you let the bolt loose, thinking of Duncan, the bolt flames into a light, and you hear Destiny Seeker go, that is simple tricks. It might be a little jealous. But you are successful, and you do have, I believe, a second attack.
Well, the first attack I used to cast Sanctuary on.
Oh, that's right. Sanctuary. My apologies. Yes. And are you closing in?
Yes. I moved my full 20 feet so that I am in front of. Got to keep the shiny boy happy.
Well, y'all kind of feel what might be happening here. And it comes to King Midge's turn. It turns. It had swiveled its head up, straight up, impossibly, looking at Merezi, and now it has swiveled back, and its eyes impossibly narrow as it sees the spell cast on its beautiful bride, and it will begin walking forward, and it flings out a hand, and a cascade of bones come flying out towards you, Tix. It rolls very well. I am assuming that a 26 will hit.
Why, yes. Yes, it will.
So I would like you to make a, I am so sorry, reflex saving throw.
That is an 18. Grade 18.
Oh, very good. So you actually take no damage. You take absolutely no damage from this attack, and so it's really good that you saved. But as the bones strike around you, as you deftly dodge here, that way, and that, they actually form up into a prison around you.
What?
And you are essentially imprisoned in this bone prison. However, you didn't take damage, so that's why it was good that you reflex saved, because it would have been bad if you hadn't. So, and now it is going to attack you, Marezi, because you are closest.
That
And
is
it says, "Let my bride go!" And it is going to try to hit you with a bone half of the Staff of Seraphim. And it gets a 18. Will that hit?
Well, the tie does go to the runner, so yes. Yes, it
Tie
does.
goes to the defender.
Oh, does it? Well, then it doesn't hit.
In our game it does. It doesn't in regular D&D, but we decided that early on. So
Cool.
Yes. So that one does not hit, and it is going to now, with that failing, with its final attack, is going to try to throw some bones at you.
Ah.
That is also a 26. I assume that will hit.
No. Yes. Yes, it will.
And also, I need you to do a reflex saving throw.
All right. 16.
16. So you do succeed. You take no damage as these things, they slam up towards you, and you move and move and move. It's a very small prison. Like it's your arms are still extending outwards, but you are now imprisoned in these bones that are clattering around you. And that will bring it to Penton, or to our blushing bride.
All right. How big is this guy?
He is large. Yes, he is a large construct.
Okay.
Does he count as
Get your
undead?
drawing pen ready. Penton is going to take a few steps forward. Actually, move pretty close to within the midge's area, basically getting into his face. And while he's doing that, he's going to cast Enlarge Person on himself. And as he reaches his full height, he will turn into a white flash of light and reappear as a dragonborn.
Oh my god. You know what just came into my head then?
Make my monster growl!
I mean, this is as we had said in the first time that he did this. This is essentially a kaiju move. He turns into a huge dragon creature.
I wish we wouldn't get in trouble for this, but I really want the original Power Rangers battle music to be playing behind this.
And if I do recall, you have one attack, or do you have two attacks, Penton?
I will have two attacks, once I'm in my form, but
that
casting
is
spell would have been my total move as far as like an action goes.
Yes.
And he'll say, "Do you still want to marry me?"
Hey, you're beautiful no matter what you look like. It's what's on the inside, Penton.
That's right. And the bone creature says, "It's what's on the inside that matters. Mostly your intestines."
And his bones.
And cackles with laughter, and it is unpleasant. It is not just like humorous. It is also just ugh. But that was really cool, and that will bring it all the way back around to Distant Bells. It has been moving towards everyone, Distant Bells. So you are actually about parallel with it right now.
Okay.
Hiding in the side.
I'm gonna continue past it. I do want to make sure that I am very much behind it at this point. So yeah, that essentially, because I'm essentially halved my movement speed, so that will literally take me 15 feet behind it.
Okay.
But I will pop out once I'm about 5-6 feet behind it, kind of trying to avoid its peripheral vision if it has any, and then I'll move the rest of the way, cutting across so I'm actually in a position directly behind it. Still sneaking, obviously. I'll do a move silently check just to be sure. Oh yeah, no, that's a 26.
Well, and the sounds going on right now are incredible. I mean, these crashing of bones,
Yeah.
screaming, and Morezi falling from the sky. It is very distracted. So you are highly, in addition to your skills, this is a perfect time to sneak up on somebody.
He takes the moment to catch the eye of anybody in the party, and just sort of raise his finger to his beak.
Okay.
Because he's not the one being attacked right now, so he's feeling a little mischievous. So he's like, if anybody catches his eye, he's just like, shh.
And Morezi, you see that, so if you want to shout, really loud, like, "Hey, I'll be really quiet."
He would be in
I
character.
feel like Morezi would absolutely do that too.
Oh, yes.
You got it, buddy.
She does give a very inconspicuous thumbs up.
Excellent. Well, fortunately, all of the King Midge's attention is on Penson, so he does not notice the thumbs up, buddy. And that will bring it to you, Athora.
Cool. Let's go attack. Can I hit things now?
You can.
Awesome. Let's go hit it with my sword. Hopefully. 18? Wait.
18?
Wait. No, sorry. Wrong bonus. That will be a 13. Sorry. Looked in the wrong
13.
spot.
Unfortunately, a 13 will not hit, but you do have another attack.
Cool. Okay, this one's a 20, not natural.
That will hit.
Awesome. And that's 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage, okay. As you slash into King Midge and you see the bones, crack and crumble beneath your onslaught of you can feel this magical weapon of yours, biting into the bones. But this thing is huge, and it is just feeling almost unstoppable as it comes towards you. And that will bring it to Morezi. Morezi, you are trapped in a bone prison. What would you like to do?
I am going to rage.
Okay.
Let's see. I have like 3 turns with a rage now, right? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, when you rage, you have 3 attacks.
Am I? So what does the bone prison do? Reduce my speed? Does it reduce my attack abilities?
Well, you are considered grappled right now.
Got it.
You can attack the bone prison.
Because I was gonna say do like a strength check, but I might have better luck with my attacking the bone prison. That's a. I need to pull up a calculator. Jesus. Well, that's a 35 to hit.
I think that will hit.
The bone prison. Let's see. I think 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
Or-
The bone prison cracks,
Yeah.
but does not
Actually-
crumble. It is still.
Actually, I
is
think
still
it might
holding
be plus 3 more damage, because, like, I have written down plus 2 to damage, but I don't, I think, for my rage section, but I think that's on top of my strength bonus. Does a 9 damage do it?
Unfortunately, does not do it, but it is damaged. You feel it, crack as you against it as the blood is trickling down your tongue.
Alright,
But it is still keeping you in there.
this time I rolled, just a 30.
I think that will hit.
14 points of damage.
The prison explodes outwards
Yay.
as you burst out in a rage, and you still have 1 attack left.
Huzzah! Unsurprisingly, I'm going to attack King Midge. 19?
19 will hit.
8 points of damage.
8
Wait.
points of damage.
Does King Midge count as an undead?
Yes, he does.
That's gonna be 10 points of damage.
He is a construct, but he is an undead construct.
It's almost like as a ranger, Marezi has a favorite enemy called the undead because she knew that
Yep.
the big bad was clearly an undead but boy. So that's 10 points of damage, I believe.
You were thinking about, baleful blue glows when you began this training, and it has served you well right now as you slam in just right into the rib cage and see the rib cage begin to shatter beneath your halberd. And you feel, again, that whoop of the armband as it breaks through whatever resistances this thing has.
Oh man, I'm my own favorite enemy. Your own favorite enemy.
Is that like being your own grandpa?
Yes.
That one song?
Oh no! Don't! Oh my! That just. Oh, okay.
That will bring it to Tix.
All right. So Tix is going to turn undead and see if he can wipe out King Midge. And so he is going to be able to take care of 16 hit points, hit dice of monster. King Midge is less than 8 hit dice total. He is destroyed.
That's paladins for you, man.
Hey, somebody else had to take up the mantle after Usukai cooked it.
So describe to me, Tix, what it looks like when you step forward and destroy undead.
Tix, realizing he is trapped in the bone cage and not wanting to allow his friends to be hurt, he begins praying fervently to Garl Glittergold and pulls his icon from his shirt, holds it up, and prays in the name of Garl Glittergold that this construct, undead, evil construct, will be obliterated so that we may complete our holy charm. And a blinding rainbow of light bursts forth from gold nugget icon and blasts all the bones into dust.
And y'all even see the bone cage, the second bone cage that it had constructed as you do this, just and they just shatter into pieces and fall to the ground. And there's just a giant pile bones.
Instinctively, Bells kind of gathers his cloak over his face and just kind of crouches down behind it to try and bone dust and shards and just exploded out from this thing.
Yeah, you
kind of
you definitely need to move out of the way.
Yeah.
It is dramatic, to say the very least.
Just had a shrapnel bone bomb go off in my face.
Yeah, you kind of do like the and there's like the little cloud of dust.
He's like coughing, spitting out bone dust out of his mouth. Yeah.
So Patton just, stares kind of blankly after watching this thing explode and says, I guess that was a no.
I guess the wedding's off.
Poor Patton. If I had known he wanted to get married, I would have arranged it. But we can work something out with Skull.
The giant dragonborn just kind of shuffles his feet a little.
He's doing that whole pushing his toes together like aww.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say it out loud.
When we finish this mess, we can have a double wedding. Duncan and I, and you and Skull. It will be fantastic.
That might be swell.
Go into the temple and we're...
Go on. Yeah.
That's the way it should be, right?
So,
I don't know.
hi!
I don't know.
Do you like it? The look.
Well,
I think we're all kind of nonplussed by it now since we've seen a dozen other people show up like this.
it's nice of you to join
Anyone
us.
have a mirror?
Marezi, you know that Distant Bells, the surviving elf and half-elf girl, and the cult leader were sent ahead of you. You were coming through last.
Ah. So
And
is this
that's when
temporary?
It is temporary. You can actually negate it at will, but it will persist for, I think, an hour until it is dispelled.
I think Marezi thinks
look-
it's
you look
punk
undead.
rock. So it's here for now.
Wow, Marezi gets to keep it, and I got forced to turn it off. Thanks.
Yeah,
Cool.
you had to turn it off because he was in town and someone was trying to kill him.
Although it was cute with a little zombie girl and her mother
Oh, yes.
shouting brains at each other.
That's right. Adorable little undead moppet.
Brains.
All right, so what else is going on in this room now that the dude has exploded?
Well,
Bells looks up at Penton and is like, "You can come down now, please."
No. I went through all this trouble upstairs.
So Marezi's going to stay undead looking, and Penton's going to stay in giant or large form or whatever form he's in now. And Bells is just going to go, This is why I hate magic. Just mutters to himself. This is bloody magicians. Bells will search the ruins of the bones for things.
okay.
He's mainly doing it out of kind of a, like, I mean, it's got to have something on it, right? It was a big bone thing.
So give me that search roll.
Ooh. 19 plus 7, so 26.
So you have a little bit of experience with magic items and such.
And I was going to say, it's searching dead bodies. Yeah, it's kind of what I do, but... but yes.
Experience in searching giant bone piles.
So first of all, if they were intact, these bones had been shellacked and prepared in a certain way that they would have been worth about 1,000 gold to to the right buyer. But they-
Bells kind of puts his palm of his hand over his face. It's just like...
but they have been destroyed. You would also have to have carried them out, so that would have been somewhat challenging.
We've got
but-
Marezi.
With that, that's true. With that search, you did
And
find two. You did
And a
find two
giant
things.
spell scale.
You actually did find two things.
Ooh.
In the pile of bones. One is a rib bone, and it is unusual. First of all, it's completely undamaged, which makes you think that there's something magical about it, because magic items are much more resistant to damage. The other is the jawbone of the creature, of the construct, is completely undamaged. And there's something unusual about it.
Bells will, using the tip of his club, or using his club, will ease the two bones out. He's not going to touch them with his talons at all, but he's going to ease them out of the debris into an area where, if the big fella or the little fella want to actually investigate these, that would be great.
Penton will wink on his detect magic eyes.
Both of the items absolutely glow with magic. They are both
What kind
magical
of
items.
Magic.
The rib cage, or not rib cage, rib bone, is necromantic, 100%. but the other one is unusual. It's not, and now that you really look at it, it's not just like a lower jaw. It's almost like, imagine like a edgier version of the cheap plastic fangs that you would put on.
The Halloween vampire fangs that you get from a party city or something.
But what I mean by that is that it's actually got a hollow part. It's clearly meant to be hooked onto like your own teeth, almost like slipped over your teeth.
Gesundheit.
Well, that's interesting.
Is there any place around here to put that on a statue or something?
You don't. There are no statues in. There are no statues in here that you see. There's the 4 pedestals. There isn't anything obvious that here's where this would go, just by looking around.
I can identify it later.
Okay.
So, looking around, is there anything else going on in this room other than the 4 pedestals?
Bells asked us if he should keep a hold of these things, or
I would say yes.
he kind of looks at Tix or Athora or Morezi. It's like, anyone want to take these?
Tix will take them and put them in the backpack. Whisper
And you hear
his charge and tell him not to eat those. They're not rocks. They're not dinner.
Seeing this, Bells will also run to where he left his own pack.
Okay. And this time,
retrieve it off the wall.
This time, when you go through the ring, it does put you in the wedding dress. No,
yes, finally.
It was the second time. That's what did it. No, it is. Your pack is still there, and it is absolutely just patiently sticking to the wall.
All right, I will replace everything back into it with the usual ritual. Again, making sure nobody can see, and then do the whisper again and put it on, and go back into the room.
See,
slowly and cautiously, because I still don't trust this arch.
could you recount the? Or I guess I should say this in character.
So, Tix, new toys? What are the new toys?
Well, we're gonna let Scald look at
the
it
magic
when we
item.
get back with her.
We have more pressing issues.
Sure. What's new toys, though?
So again, I ask, what else was going on in this room?
There is another exit, just on the opposite side of the room, where it would normally be like the sort of area where the king would, prepare, and like a separate chamber. There is a door leading out that way.
All right, guess I'll have to drop my enlarged person.
Okay. When you do, there is a flash, and you are now wearing your clothes again. I'm afraid that the wedding dress is gone, but you do notice all of your items were gone when it flashed, except for your staff. So you do find, say, the doll's eye is back.
Okay.
You're not 100%, but you're pretty sure it was gone. Like, everything was gone. Would have been interesting for some of the more armor-oriented people. You were actually the least affected by this particular thing.
You're welcome, everyone.
You the man. Or the Dragon Man.
Yeah.
The man bride.
He was a dragon. But he was still. Anyway,
Similarly.
so that's the only other door?
So, Pinton, do you want to go through the door first again?
Absolutely. Let's see what other outfits we can get on.
I love if you went through this door and ended up in like a full
Morezi
suit of
goes
armor.
in first.
I do go in first. I'll go to the door. I'm going for it.
Okay.
He still has
You
Sanctuary.
open the
active.
door. Yeah, he does. That's true.
I'm still a dragonborn, so.
Yeah, it's true. You are.
But is he small enough to go through the door?
Well, I dropped the enlarged person, so I'm just like
Okay.
just a
I don't know. Pretty big dragonborn.
dragonborn.
You open the door, and you are hit with a blast of wind and not like, and I don't mean like it knocks you over, but just like a sudden change of air and temperature, and you smell grass, and you smell earth, and you smell a smell that you have been smelling for a very long time, and it had forgotten how strong it was. Is that smell of a grassland? As you step through, you find that you are actually standing at the Temple of Animus at the Penta Plains. And in fact, you are standing on one of the scales that you are very familiar with, because this is the scale that you had conversed originally with the monk Raja, who had helped you to find balance and help you understand your new form.
Right.
But
it's a welcome view.
You look back, and the door, think holodeck, and that the door is just there, facing out onto the scale, and you can see inside. You can see the door back into the king's chamber.
Right.
But out here,
is there anyone else in the area out alongst the scales?
I think Morezi is probably in by this point.
Okay, Morezi is coming through, and the scale kind of goes down a little bit as both of you stand on it.
We'll hop to the other side.
Okay, it's very, very easy to do, though, of course, just for fun, would both Morezi and Penton give me just a straight roll? You can add your dexterity and let me know what you get.
That's a 10.
10, okay.
+4, because of my current form.
That's right.
15, it's like, I don't know, 19.
19, okay. So you easily jump to the other side. You do actually see something. There are a series of scales all around here. This is how the monk would train, is jumping back and forth, causing the opponent to have to adjust to your combat. But there is something on the other side. There are several figures staring back at you. You see Tix, and you see Penton, and you see Morezi, and you see Osokai. And that's where we'll end Chafing Armor, episode 133. Thank you all for playing.
Hey, don't do time travel on me!
Who knows? Maybe you're going to rewrite time, and now nothing has ever happened, and you have to start from this point.
Hey, we were just talking about being our own grandpa.
That's right. You're your own grandpa. Maybe you'll get a chance to kill Osokai again.
Oh, for another time.
That's right. He hasn't died enough times. Bring him back and kill him.
Need this.
But as far as all the wonderful people, when Izzy was selling her wonderful wares at the art festival, people kept saying, "Hey, can I see your Instagram?" So anyone who would like to share their socials, please do so at this time.
I can never remember
You can
exactly.
find me at Dare Imagine on most media platforms, particularly Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Excellent. And Riley?
You can find me at One Princess Beast on Instagram and Artfolo.
Beautiful.
Izzy Corley Art at .tumblr.com. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
I do post
Okay,
my cool
okay.
sculptures there.
Can I show my own stuff? Or is
Please.
that competition for you?
No. I want you to share it. I'm a patron.
Oh, yes, you are. So hi guys, thank you very much. This is Lee. I have started my own podcast with a friend We are the Peeves and Q's podcast. Every fortnight we do a poll on Twitter and we get people to respond to the questions that we do, and then we record a podcast and discuss them. We're hoping to get some guests on in the future, but for now it's just the two of us. But if you'd like to check that out, we are at Peeves Q's Pod on Twitter, and you can find all the information there. Thank you very much.
Yes, and I'll try to put the link in the notes here. And I've heard the first two, and I thought they were quite good.
Thank you.
So I'll try to put that link on there. And of course, if you want to check out Chafing Armor, it's at Chafing Armor at pretty much everywhere: Facebook and Twitter, and a few other Instagram. You can check us out. But most of all, we want to thank you, wonderful listeners, for listening. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you all have a good evening. And until we see you again, we will roll with you soon.